Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this oracle card reading. Today's message is the style of patchwork. So it's like weaving fabrics together to make a tapestry, but we're using cards from various decks to weave together our message here today. So may this message be charged with universal love and light for the highest good of all that is. I'm feeling called to start here with this card. Speak your truth. What a good place to begin is to speak your truth. You've stayed silent long enough. Speak up. Stand your ground and state your perspectives. You will rise to a higher vibration when you let your voice be heard. What's coming through as I say this is like, if you just focus on yourself, there's like this stream of energy that comes from your throat when you speak your truth that cycles back through your ears and it resonates. And that frequency is very healing and nurturing for your soul to hear your truth coming from your voice. It's like just this medicinal frequency comes out your voice, cycles back through your ears into your heart. It's almost like when a mother sings a song to a child to comfort them. It's like that kind of energy that you give to yourself. And then from that place, you build up this resonance with your own truth that gives you a sense of confidence. I'm just seeing even the posture here, that upright posture, that confidence that comes from resonating with your truth. And it's from that confidence that you begin to resonate with others. And there's a ripple effect of this nurturing, healing quality of frequency, of like that motherly energy of soothing her child. And it's that inner child, which invites me to come over here to this deck here, which I associate very much with like the inner child. Number 42, reason. It's very interesting. In order to come to reason, you have to be able to experiment, to get messy, to play with your resources, to use the tools that are accessible to you, to explore them, to follow your own way, your own knowing. It's like the inner child. I'm just thinking of, there's pros and cons to being educated within the system, right? But one of the cons I feel is it shuts down our connection to our authentic self and our authentic way of going about discovering. And I think by exploring this, we come to our own reasoning. And I think there's something here about hearing your own voice. And this feels like it's resonating with knowing your own energy, knowing your own creative process, knowing your own way of discovering reason, discovering the whys, discovering, like, coming to understand your own process. I just love the imagery on this and all the little details and the little rabbit, the thinking rabbit. Sometimes we need to be left alone in our own creative space to receive from the source and to discover our own life's interests and purpose and evolution, and that inner guidance, right? That receptivity, those perky ears, the receptivity, receiving from source solutions, not even necessarily to problems, but solutions for what is true for us. What direction is next? And beyond just the next step, what's the bigger vision? Can we allow ourselves the space to discover that? To utilize the resources that we have been given? To know that we have everything we need to come to our own reasoning. Wow. All right, let's see how these other messages tie into this and how we can continue to expand the message. So this card here is for our empathic empowerment. Center yourself. Center yourself. Again, it's like center yourself in your truth. Center yourself in your own creative process, in your own space of receptivity, right? Center yourself. There's wisdom and guidance within you. There's truth to be heard. There is reasoning to receive when you center yourself. So taking a few deep breaths to regain your center. And now from that place of center, now you can approach life from a more mindful place. All three of these have that theme of in solitude, actively, confidently engaging, connecting with breath, being open and receptive, listening from within, getting very clear about what is your energy, what is your frequency, and from that, how does life want to flow from you, because of you? Wow, it's like I feel like I'm either, this message is for like highly creatives or those of you who have suppressed that part of you and is relearning, gaining new confidence for how to trust your own creative process, how to create your life from a place of truth, from inner wisdom. Okay. The bow. The message from the bow, the sincerity and effort behind a gesture is worth more than the material value. The sincerity and effort behind a gesture is worth more than the material value. So tying that into our message here of speaking your truth, centering yourself, being open and receptive to discover your own reasoning, your own reasons for existing, being here, your own reasoning for how you want to express in the world, your own reasoning for what you're to do with your resources, what to do with your time. It's like that's where the sincerity comes from, is when you you are really immersed in the practice of listening to your own inner guidance, following your own interest and curiosity. It's a practice, and that practice makes things clean and tidy and nice, and that tying in a bow kind of feeling. It's like things come full circle because it's from true sincerity and true intentionality. Your effort, like when you're in alignment and when you're sincere about something, there's a different kind of effort that takes place than when you're out of alignment and forcing something, and the effort that is needed to get through something that's really not aligned is very, very draining. But this is the kind of sincerity and intentionality that effort becomes effortless. It becomes pleasurable. Your energy is like, you feel more energized because of it, not drained because of it. So being in alignment with your center has so much more value than anything of material value. And maybe that's something to consider, is like, am I putting too much emphasis on a material value and overriding how my energetic alignment is in the fulfillment of that? Or am I just kind of like forcing through something that doesn't quite feel great? And you get to the end of your life and you're like, I've had more focus on the material value of something versus the energetic centeredness of how I want to feel day to day, doing the things and being in alignment with truth. Impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. Okay, so I feel like this is just an extension of what we were just saying, is when we are feeling like we're forcing something, when we feel like we just are coming up to a wall, the thing, we'll just say like the project or the thing that we're trying to force through, like just is coming to all these clear like points of friction or challenge. Like, it's not challenges to overcome to get to like a better place. It's like we're literally being blocked because the energy is not aligned. And this block is actually redirecting to come back to center, to get really connected to the truth, your perspective, your higher vibration, and to really be in tune to your process. And come back to the drawing board. What is actually sincere, and what's the intention here? Now let's approach that we've reflected and redirected the energy to be able to go through with more ease. And our final card here is number 9. Imagine. Imagine possibilities to expand horizons. And the treasure of this card is the Northern Lights. So asking the light, the wisdom of the Northern Lights, to connect us with our ability to visualize, imagine the possibilities. So this is very third eye energy. Imagine the possibilities. So can we visualize? Can we close our eyes and go inward and visualize what's true when we center ourselves, right? Closing the eyes, centering, listening to what's true. And that imagination is like using those resources, getting to the drawing board, like playing, allowing yourself to get messy, to like dump out all of the resources you have to see what's possible with what you have. And then from there, expanding that even more. Okay, now what can I see from an even higher vibration? And even, I was going to say, truer truth, because we have tapped in, we are open and receptive, we have centered, we are connected to our sincerity, our energy is in alignment. Now what's possible? And what's possible now, it's just going to be more truth, more in alignment, more sincerity, more space to create and receive. It's a whole process. When we feel like something's being forced, it's a redirection. It's not necessarily a no, but a not now, or a maybe there's a better way. So keep coming back to the cycle. Wow, this is really cool for anyone who's receiving this as like a creative process, or anyone who feels like you've kind of been shut off from this part of you, like to re-inspire, like this is what's possible. This is what lives within you. This is how your energy is designed to flow. Really cool message. May this message continue to support and guide you throughout your day. Blessings and namaste.